Hello everyone. I am coming to you a little bit earlier than usual because so many people have reached out to me to say that, oh my goodness, I'm not plugged in with my microphone. Just give me one sec. You see, this is what happens when you shift your goalposts. So I'm now mic'd up and I should be a lot easier to hear. But so many people have reached out to me to say that 5 p.m. is suicide hour with getting dinner ready and getting kids to bed and that. So I thought that I would listen to my audience and respond, which is what we all need to be able to do right now. So today I am talking about what I think is an essential art of getting clients that we have all lost sight of, or maybe have become a little bit lazy about, and that is the lost art of doing our homework and research. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan Hudson. I'm a business and marketing coach. I've been in the marketing marketing industry for 10 years in brand marketing and advertising, and I have been in the coaching industry for 20 years, almost 8 of which I handled the member communications and marketing. Hi Claudia, for the National Professional Body for Coaching and Mentoring in South Africa. At the end of this video, I am going to put a link. I did a 5-day training at the beginning of March. Is it not at the beginning of April? I have completely lost track of time. But I did a 5-day training on how to magnify your marketing mojo as coaches. And I'm going to put a link after this video into the introduction to this video so that you can sign up. I've turned it into a 5-day email series with videos and exercises that you can do to just take your marketing efforts up to a new level. And I think it's so important right now when we are feeling this sense of enormous overwhelm to actually have something that we can do and focus on and concentrate on. So let me get back to the topic of hand, which is the lost art of doing our homework and research. And I'd like to tell a story or reminisce back to my days in ad agencies. And I can remember when we were pitching on a new client or a new piece of business. Oh my goodness, we would put a whole team together to look at what this client, their historical high-tesser, their historical advertising, what they had done in the past. We would look at current newspaper reports about the business as a whole and what it was struggling with. We would look at the competitive environment, but really make sure that when we were dealing with this particular client, when we went in to pitch on their business, that we were quite knowledgeable about their overall environment and in general the space that they were playing in. Hi Claire, lovely to see you, and so nice to have all of you join in. I think I'm definitely, this 1 o'clock time slot is clearly quite a success. So I think, and you can agree or disagree with me, but I think that a lot of us who are looking for clients don't do our homework anymore. We don't get to know our targeted clients or our ideal clients' broader landscape that they are playing in and the broader issues that they are dealing with at any one time. And if we are talking about those of you who are targeting corporate clients, remember that you are dealing with more than one stakeholder who's going to be the decision maker in that business. In fact, there was some research by a company called HubSpot, and I think it said that in a business-to-business purchase decision, anything up to 6 people are involved in making that decision. So one of the things that you need to do is to really map out who the stakeholders are who are going to be involved in your purchase decision, and you need to have a really clear understanding of what the different challenges and issues are that each of those stakeholders is having to deal with, both within their company, within their teams, but also within the broader industry. I've got a good friend who used to be in human resources and was often on the recruiting end of on the recruiting side of the table. In fact, Alison, I can see that you are on the video today, and Alison gave me such a wonderful example, so I am going to steal it, and I hope she doesn't mind. But she said, which candidate, if you've got somebody sitting in front of you, which candidate are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the graduate who's come out of varsity, who thinks that they know it all, who has probably graduated, with really, really good marks and results? Or are you going to choose the candidate who's sitting next to them, who's also done a little bit of research into your business and has maybe looked at what your overall strategic vision is and can talk about the company, refer to the company's website? And similarly, well, I think, the natural answer is probably going to be you're going to choose the second candidate. And similarly, we need to be that coach. We need to be, when somebody is choosing from, when a corporate client is choosing from a panel of coaches, we need to be that coach who is sitting there and able to talk knowledgeably about the context and the space that our potential client finds them in. And even if you are dealing with a private client, you maybe want to make a little bit of an effort up front before you even go into a chemistry session with them to check them out and do some healthy stalking on LinkedIn and on Facebook, just to get a little bit of a feel for the person and what their interests are. I think that this time in lockdown is giving us an incredible opportunity, instead of kind of sitting and thinking, what am I going to do and how am I going to get clients and how am I going to build a sustainable business? I think this time in lockdown is giving us the most amazing opportunity to really, really do that research, to really do our homework, and to really get to grips with the clients that we want to be working with, what their issues and challenges are. So here are a couple of practical suggestions for you. Go onto LinkedIn. Go through your existing LinkedIn list and people who have connected with you, but and who would make ideal clients but haven't yet become your clients. And have a look at their profiles. But most of all, have a look at their interests. So the kinds of things that indicate their interests are the things that the courses that they've done and the things that they've studied. There is also on LinkedIn, I think there is an actual interest section, and look at the groups that they belong to. Try and see if there are a lot of groups that are common amongst quite a few of the people who you would identify in your LinkedIn connections as ideal clients, and maybe consider joining those groups, because at the end of the day, and again, this is another not fault of coaches, but it's another thing that I think we coaches do to our detriment, and we spend a lot of time networking in coaching circles and not networking in the kinds of spaces or circles where we could potentially be showcasing our abilities and coming up as an appealing proposition for our clients. So do go and have a look at the places and spaces that your clients have demonstrated that they are interested in, and start watching those groups to see the kinds of conversations that are taking place, because they're a much bigger space where, again, you will get a fantastic picture of the challenges and what people are really having to deal with. In Facebook, I know that if you click on people's Facebook profiles, again, some people have identified things that they are interested in, and even personal interests. So again, this is all about building a lovely in-depth 360 profile of the person behind the face of the client that you see. And I do again want to state that while I am encouraging you to stalk people online, please do it in a very, very healthy way. I wanted to also talk about two aspects of neuroscience, which is relatedness and certainty. And right now, your ideal clients may be feeling a lack of relatedness. So this again gives you an opportunity to be able to start positioning yourself and putting out content that shows that you really get them, that you really relate to what they're going through now, the challenges that they are facing, and the things that they're having to deal with in this kind of very false situation that goes against everything that we are as social human beings at the end of the day. And the second thing is certainty. Now, some of you might have watched the live video that I did last week, and if you didn't watch it, you can go back in the video section for my Facebook page and find it, where I spoke about 3 trends that I predict are going to impact the future of coaching as we know it. And let me tell you that video has, and I have shared it, on in other places, on my blog and on my LinkedIn profile and my YouTube channel. That video has probably been my single most popular and most watched video ever. And the reason, I think, is because I was trying to create some level of certainty, to just try and identify a few areas where we as coaches can take positive action rather than wallowing in this like morass of overwhelm and what are we going to do and how are we going to survive and build sustainable businesses. And every single one of us is looking for certainty, some level of certainty right now. And if you can demonstrate some kind of a credible knowledge about your client's industry, the challenges within the industry, what you think your client can start doing now to press the reset button, because we are going to be coming out of lockdown at some level or another in the near future. And if you can start to give your clients some kind of information and certainty, you will help to position yourself as a real option, a real go-to option as a coach. So really, again, it's about doing your homework. It's about really getting to know the environment and the space that you want to be known for and to play in. I said earlier, if you are targeting corporate clients, do make sure that you map all of the stakeholders that you would have to deal with. So remember that you are probably going to be coming in at the HR level or otherwise at the the team leader or senior management level, but there are a number of people who will be involved at the end of the day in making the decision around whether or not to secure your services as a coach for that particular group or team or in that organization. And so you cannot afford to only focus your efforts and attention and make yourself relevant to only one person in the decision-making team. You do need to take a broader and wider view and show your value across the spectrum. And again, if you are suffering from a fear of selling, of a fear of putting yourself out there or being salesy, I mentioned in a training that I did some time ago that a chap, Earl Miller from MIT, did some amazing research on multitasking and the fact that our brains can only really focus on one thing at a time. So if this fear is welling up for you, I want you to replace it with these practical actions that I have given you today. Because while you are focusing on doing research, while you are focusing on actively identifying people that you can approach, that you can position yourself with, your fear is going to take the back seat and you're going to forget about it. And remember that we know that it takes about 7 to 12 contacts with a new client in order to be able to secure them as a client. So you don't be discouraged. Somebody was saying the other day on a video that I was watching, and she comes from an expert sales background, that the work you put in today is going to show dividends in 3 to 6 months. And I think we can all, it might be by, gripping by the edge of our fingernails, but I think we can all focus, get through the next 3 months. So just please start taking action today and make sure that you take consistent and regular and disciplined action on it, that you stick at it. And say to yourself that I am going, in 3 months' time, I'm going to look back on today, the 30th of April, and I'm going to say I'm so glad that I made the decision to start consistently taking action, doing my homework, doing my research, and reaching out relevantly to my clients. So that's all I've got for you today. I think it's quite short and sweet, and it's been wonderful to have all of you on board. I just want to go through all the... Oh, Belinda said, if you don't say hello to me, I'm not going to be hurt. Sorry, B, I didn't see you come on and I didn't see the your comment. And Michelle, wonderful to have you here as well, all the way from, quite a few people from KZN actually. I must tell you, it's really, really cold in Gauteng, which is why I'm dressed up in my winter wear. But thank you, everyone. And yeah, I will. So I've now made an executive decision. I'm going to be going live every Thursday at 1 o'clock because clearly more of you find this time convenient and it's not suicide hour. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful public holiday tomorrow, and it's our first day out of lockdown if you're watching from South Africa. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to be out there between 6 and 9 o'clock. I'm taking full advantage of being able to take my dogs back to the forest. I can't wait. And let me know what you do and how you enjoy yourself tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.